Hey guys, thanks for joining us. If you've made it this far, you're on week 7, so you might like our content. So we're going to get here started on the line. Smells like coyote here in the parking lot for some reason, but maybe that's just me being hopeful. But welcome to week 7. The rifle and the catch pole on the pack today. We can get both things on here. Yeah, we can. This pack has been a lifesaver this year. My hope is to set a couple new traps today as well. I got the time, getting out of here ahead of the rain. Put in a couple flat sets that are hopefully a little weatherproof. I was just walking along here and jumped at least one deer. I thought I heard something up ahead. I was hoping we might have a catch, but it's still early on in the line. But usually when there's whitetail around, that probably means there's not a Yodi in the area. So as I look for new locations here to set these new footholds, I'm kind of torn between good travel ways, or what I think to be good travel ways, and kind of our normal route. So we got this field edge here, which is a huge field next to the river. And then our normal route kind of goes right in there and up that hill. But then we got this edge here. We got this corner pocket here, and then right over here is kind of a crossover between a couple fields, and right where these all come together, kind of down here in this corner, there's another crossover right there, game trail. But kind of in this area will be good, so I think I'm going to punch it in this area here. There's a good game trail here too, and all that scent, we usually have a westward wind, is going to blow through this area here, which we've seen good sign in before. We want it to be as flat with the ground as possible. So I'll give them another little test fit here. Trap's going to go in there how it wants to go in there. Once I get it bedded in there good and solid, I'll kind of lift it out of there just a little bit, sprinkle in some of these cover holes. I like to stand on it, put down all my weight, jump up and down on that. That does a couple things, kind of flattens out the dirt around it, and it pushes it down in the ground there. It makes it, I mean, that thing ain't going anywhere. Set my night latch. Heard the click. Got some more cover holes. Sprinkle over here. I actually, for once, have some dirt I can use, which is really nice. I'm going to bang in a couple holes here for some bait and lure that cross right over the trap. So I'm going to do one this way for if he comes in this way, and then I'm going to do one this way when he comes in the other way. Well, there's the finished set, guys. As I mentioned, we got our little tuft there, bait and lure down in those little holes we drove in. So the hope is he'll either come down this way and approach from this way and go in and work the set with that angle, or come down this way and work that, and if he doesn't find what he's looking for there, he might hike that back leg, and we'll get a back leg catch there. No fur in the truck today. Coming off yesterday's catch, was pretty hopeful about today, but got a warm spell coming up today and tomorrow. Should have some rain, but pounded in 2 more footholds and what we think are key travel ways for the yotes. So we're hopeful for those in the last 2 weeks here. We wanted to make sure we get as many traps out as we can and finish these last 2 weeks well. Oh man, day 43 here. Got some big winds going on. Muddy mess. We had some tons of rain last night. And if we catch anything today, it's going to be a muddy mess.
Well, trying to set some buckwheat hulls in 50-mile-an-hour wind is proving to be a little less fun. But when you can shred and grate some really good soil over top of it, it gives a natural blending and add some weight to that. Works out really nice. There we go. We're almost getting this walk-through set put back just the way it was. Coming to the end of the line here on day 43, and man, I've lost count how many snares I've had to pick up off of the ground and reset because of the wind. It is super windy today, so windy. I actually feel fortunate to have made it through the woods without some kind of widowmaker falling down. It's good having Brad out here today with us. He's my cousin. Our kids play together all the time. We've brought them out here many a times to run the line or just to shed hunt, walk around and look for mushrooms, or just get out because our wives need a break from the home and from us being in the home. Fixing snares. My favorite pastime. Daily routine. Looks like we got another coon here today. Sweet. Need to let somebody go. Yeah, he's a nice one, isn't he? Let him go here. Nice big back foot catch, huh? There he goes. All right, see you, bud. There he goes. Lives to be caught another day. He's taking his time, isn't he? We enjoy catching critters, even if they are out of season. Kind of lets us know that we're doing something right. And it's kind of cool letting critters go, too. It's not something you get to usually do, but it's a cool encounter with that animal. Having the power to let him go and let him go safely, see how you caught him, and make sure your traps are not doing any harm to their feet. It's a good feeling. Setting a trail cam over there. It's Dad.
It's Dad?
It's Dad.
Dang. Well, we tried to set one.
No batteries. This is that set. Gets a lot of traffic through it up here at the top of this ridge, kind of overlooking this valley, and looks like maybe a deer tripped this off. So it's, as always, it is worth the time to reset so that we can keep it working for us. Again, obviously, there's a lot of foot traffic from animals of all kinds that are coming through here. So again, this is time well spent just to pause for 3 minutes, get this reset so it can work for us. Well, that is the end of day 44 and no fur that we got to keep. We did catch a coon. We'll let that coon go, and he is not back at the truck with us. But hopefully we'll be back here day 45 and it'll be a different story. we'll be bringing some fur back. So we'll see you back here tomorrow. We're doing an interview.
Oh yeah, it's going, man.
It's day 45. We've been averaging 1 Yodi every 5 days. We're at 9. So we're due.
We're due today.
We're due. Actually, we've been averaging about 4 point something, 4.75 or something like that. So, but regardless, we're due. And it was cold. They were moving last night. Just a matter of time before we see some tracks. And just a matter of time before we see some fur and a foothold or a snare.
That one's not usually down, is it? Must have had something small come through there. We were just talking here as we walk through plot 1. And I think we've said it before, but we just saw so much sign here early on with Yodis on our trail cam over here. We haven't got batteries in yet, but just saw so much sign early on, and it's just kind of dried up in this plot and the traps and the snares that surround it. So, but maybe they moved on somewhere else, or maybe we've caught them already. And that way, checking the newest snares to the line. I'm gonna walk down through, check the ones down here at the ice rink. Oh, it's really slippery.
Last snare, and then one more foothold, and no fur. Really not even a lot of evidence that anything was moving last night, which is just shocking. We haven't seen any tracks in the mud, nothing. No sign really of tampering with any of the snares. None of the footholds were set or tripped. So all around kind of a slow day, but not every day is a fast day on the Trapline.
Here we go.
Day 47.
47.
It was pretty cold and still last night, so we're just as hopeful as we were yesterday, although we brought no fur back to the truck. But it's gonna happen today. It's gonna happen today.
So. Yeah, we seem to be going through another dry spell here. We're trying to think how many days it's been. Oh, probably, well, last Friday, so almost a week. Well, it looks like we had something here in the foothold. We got a catch circle, and all this is mounted up here. We'll have to investigate this trap here. There's my pan cover. I'm not sure what went on here. You know, there's that set remade. It's more of a dirt hole set here than it was before, but definitely got some eye appeal coming out of this field here. Come right in here and bam.
Getting to the end of the line here, just check the 2 open sets on the roadway, and they're still hanging, but they're empty, no fur. Spent a little extra time reinforcing and tweaking some sets. Really being deliberate about some step sticks where we see some snares that are in high deer traffic areas. We don't like that. So trying to really reinforce something that's going to cause the deer to go around or over the set just to be extra safe. Fortunately, have not had to deal with very much this year as a dig out, or whatever you call it, where something, I don't know, something tips off, maybe a fox or a coyote, either a subtle rocking or probably not scent, because we're super careful about that. And whatever it is, it directs them to the fact that there's something foreign there, and they just get curious and start digging and digging and digging, and then they flip it over. I don't know, this one's always seemed to be bedded really solid, so.
Well, I think too, as we put a lot of these in when it's really cold and the ground's hard, when things soften up a little bit, it tends to shift things down in the hole, and the trap tends to wobble. I've noticed that on a couple other sets, so that's probably likely the case here. The trap was just wobbling, and the ground's soft enough now that we can get it bedded good and solid. So
Conditioning with a little bit of the good stuff. Top dog. Saw very little sign, very little coyote sign, but had some tampering with some of the footholds. So all in all, it kind of, I mean, this is not a very descriptive word, but just kind of a weird day.
early on the line on day 47.
Day 48.
48. Dang.
48. Man. A whole day has elapsed since yesterday, and we've only checked 2 traps. 3 traps. We can't count today. It's cold again, and it was cold last night. We say it every day, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was some fur on the line. Here we go. On up to the back half or front half, depending on our direction of the trap line. Here's our friendly, really ugly and obtrusive to nature gas line pole. We hate it, but it's a regular fixture on the daily trap line. I think this is maybe our 3rd coon we've caught in this foothold.
3rd this week.
3rd this week.
Together, this is the 2nd one.
Yeah.
In this foothold.
So we get to use the catch pole.
He's a big one.
Yeah. Let him go. I don't think we're catching the same one over and over again. I'm not sure. The last one kind of had a striped tail, and this one does too.
Kind of a black mask.
Yeah, sort of a black mask. We called him Bandit. We thought that was original. Bandit.
Into week 7 here on the trap line. We really appreciate you guys joining us. We got 3 coons this week. That's about it. Getting some new traps, new bait and lure on the ground this week. And starting week 8 strong. So we'll see you guys next week.